Hi, this is Cheyenne Valentine. I'm here today again with a new episode. I want to talk about black men and kids. This subject is something that I really want to discuss. Okay, let's get to it. This is to black men. If you listen to this video, why are you having so many kids out of wedlock? Why are you having so many kids, period? And I'm going to talk about a couple of different situations. One, my ex-boyfriend. His brother has slept with hundreds of women. He literally, back in the day, he's 44 now, so back in the day when they didn't have, all these dating websites and the internet wasn't up like that, he's from Chicago, he would just ride around and just pick up women all day. That's all he did. And I don't mean to be graphic, but if he picked up a girl, let's say he's talking to a girl, he comes to her house, and let's say she's on her period, he would basically put her out the car. He did this in front of his own little brother. He, if she said, well, I'm on my period, so we can't have sex, and he'd be like, well, why did you have me pick you up? And basically drop her back off. Ruthless. Excuse me. He has, I think, 8 kids. He has, where I stay, he stays up here, and I'm not going to say where I live at, but he stays in this city, the city I'm in now, and I think he has 5 kids up here, and he has 3 back in Chicago, 3 or 4, and I think he has twin girls. He has 2 other sons. I remember his son actually got on Facebook and wrote a message to my boyfriend, well, my ex-boyfriend, saying, you all act like you don't even care about me. My dad nor you seem to not even care about me. And my ex-boyfriend actually said, no, I love you and everything, and left his number. And the little boy, of course, didn't call him because he's a child in this situation. His brother also is a waiter. And he wants to stay a waiter because that way, waiters' checks are small, but they usually live off tips. So with his little check, he can. So basically, what I'm trying to say is most of all the women got him on child support. Not even all of them. A lot of them got him on child support, and so he's cool with keep having kids out of wedlock now because by him being a waiter, they can't take all his money because all his money that he's getting as a waiter, the tips is tax free or whatever, goes straight in his pocket. But they can only garnish his paycheck that comes through the company, which is, I think it's $2 an hour as a waiter. So he's loving it. So now he feels he has a free pass just to keep being a whore because he feels it's not really affecting his finances the way it could if he had like a regular 9 to 5 and where they take all your fucking money. Because it's going, through the company. So, anywho, he also has ruined several lives. Now he only calls himself only dating white women. But he used to not exclusively, but he mainly dated black women back in the day. And he started dating white women. Then he went back to dating a couple black girls. And he actually met one black girl. She was... I don't know how old she was, but he likes women that are younger than him. So she was about in her 20s, early 20s. Imagine he's 44. And he was saying, yeah, he got a girl with a good head on her shoulders. I think she's working part-time. She was in school. He knocked her up, never called her again. Wants nothing to do with her. He had another girl back in the day who was 17. They said she was on a track team, had a real nice body, real muscular. He knocked her up, ruined her life. Now she works fast food. Now she's pregnant by another guy. Now she's like 300 pounds. Interesting. So that's one incident. My ex-boyfriend, a guy he used to work with, is literally in his 50s. This man gets drunk and fucks a lot of different women. He has about 5 kids. He's on child support. Now, every week, let's say his check would have been maybe $500. Literally, his check would be maybe $150 when child support takes out their part. He was riding around a putt-putt and still was talking to different women and still was being a hoe. Actually, when he saw me, he was looking at me like he wanted to fuck me. I mean, just a straight whore. Like, he's one of those guys, he has to try to talk to every woman he sees, literally. You don't even have to be all that attractive. Like, he wants to be with every woman he encounters. He's just a sex fucking addict. And another incident, my ex-boyfriend, a guy that he worked with, this guy used to brag about how he's a pretty boy back in the day, all the women wanted him. So I think he has like 5 kids, and he eventually got married. He has one by his wife and like 5 or 3 or he has 4 or 5 kids outside of his marriage before he got married when he was younger. And he would complain about how his wife never did anything for his kids, even though he got with her, she had a daughter already, and he does things for her daughter, but she never did anything for his kids. And this man is in his 50s. He's working a full-time job, a part-time job, and he used to still have to ask my boyfriend to loan him a couple dollars here and there. So for him to get by everybody, he had to work a full-time job and a part-time job 5 days a week just to get by. And this is because he was on child support. He was paying back child support for all the fucking kids he had when he was younger. Okay, so what you do in your youth does affect you, everybody. And if any black man listens to this, I want to understand why do you feel it necessary to have all these fucking kids and out of wedlock and just period. Another incident, it's a guy on YouTube. He was saying how, I think he's in his 40s, he's rich or whatever. He was saying how he's 40, never had kids, and he's not that attractive, so I could understand why nobody want to have one with him. But anyway, he was saying he was ready to have a kid, but he was saying he don't understand why women want to be married. Okay, what I don't understand is why you don't want to be married but you want fucking kids. So you want offspring. Excuse me, he could actually take care of his. But just for men in general, like even with Chris Brown, remember with him and Karuchi, he said he wanted a kid. She said she didn't want kids out of wedlock, and so she wanted to be married first, and so he wasn't ready to be married because he could get sex from other women, obviously, and so but he was ready for a kid because he could financially take care of it. But emotionally he probably wasn't ready, and maybe he was ready emotionally, but you're ready for a child, something that is going to be in your life forever, but you're not ready for a wife. So people might say, well, maybe a lot of men are not ready to settle down and be in a committed relationship. That's fine, and you should not be ready for a child. I feel if you're not ready for marriage, you're not ready for a child. The thing about it is, why would you want to have a child with a woman that is not going to be your wife? Because it's the thing, when you have a child with a woman, she is going to by default be in your life forever. You guys have to co-parent, and then a lot of these men are always walking down their responsibility, getting women pregnant. As a matter of fact, my boyfriend now, his mother's in her 70s. She said the quickest way to get rid of a man is to get pregnant. And this woman is in her 70s, and she said the quickest way to get rid of a man is to get pregnant. Why is that, fellas? Why are you so quick to walk out when a woman gets pregnant? Now you might say, I didn't want that woman. I didn't want her. So, yeah, I feel it's right. Oh, let me tell you another incident. My ex-boyfriend's niece, she was with a guy. He's a deadbeat. He had one or two kids already. He got with her. He moved in with her and her mother and her brother. She was working. He wasn't. She was giving him money. She got pregnant. He moved out. Now he's with another woman. He didn't go to any of her doctor's visits. He doesn't even take care of his child. He's probably gonna have to put her on child support. Okay, so and her auntie says she just had the baby to keep him. And I'm gonna do a video to the women that thinks having the kid is gonna keep a guy. They're mistaken. They need to have their brain checked. But I'm gonna do a video for them. But this is to the guys. Okay, so men, why is it so quick for you to walk on your responsibility? If you did not want to get the woman pregnant, use a fucking condom. Now I know some women can trick you. My ex-boyfriend, it happened to him. He was with his girlfriend. She was like 17. She lied about her age, and he was a little bit older when he got with her. And basically she told him she was on birth control, and she told him, we don't need to use condoms because I know it feels better to you when we have sex when you don't use a condom. And he told me she told him to ejaculate inside her. She said, just go and come at me, it feels good. And I looked at him like, how stupid. I mean, he didn't know no better, but I'm just like, dude, why would a woman encourage you to come at her unless she wants to get pregnant? And men, y'all only think with y'all fucking dick. If a woman claims she's on birth control, you have not went with her if you have not went to the doctor with her for her to get her shot, to see her get the shot, or you did not see her physically take the pill, don't ever trust her and always use a fucking condom. And let's just say you did not go to the doctor with her, you did not see her take the pill. Then when you're about to have sex, she said don't use a condom. And as a matter of fact, come at me. I'm telling you, she is not on birth control and she wants to get pregnant. Mind you, she had already told my ex-boyfriend that she wanted a kid, that the doctor told her she waited too long, she might couldn't have one, and also that he had got her pregnant once before and she had a miscarriage. So he did the same shit he did before again, and then he got mad when she got pregnant. Men, no one wants to hear excuses anymore. Okay, let me tell you something. For all these men that are complaining about being on child support, you did this shit to your fucking self. Because let me tell you something, when a woman gets pregnant by you fellas, she wants you to be with her, she wants you to marry her, and she wants to be a family. Women aren't just getting pregnant for the fucking fun of it, and women aren't getting pregnant to be single moms. Now I know you may say, well, she must want to be a single mom, she was just fucking a dude and just had his baby, she had to know he was gonna walk out. No, women don't think like that. They figure if you're fucking them, you like them. They figure if you fucking her without a condom, and she's not on birth control, and you're fucking her out of condom, that you basically know or that basically you want a child, which I would think the same thing too, because that's kind of common sense. If you know what it takes to make a baby, why would you do the shit to make the baby? If you know coming inside of a woman makes the baby, why would you come inside a woman if you don't want a baby? So that's the first question I want you men to answer me. If you know that coming inside of a woman creates a baby, why are you coming inside of women? And then walking out your responsibility. Then the second part is this. I was watching this one guy's video. He's a personal trainer, and he said he's happened to be gay. And he said the guy he was training or whatever was straight, and this guy was basically a nervous wreck, about to lose his mind because he was buried in child support, and basically his checks were very small because of child support. Sir, who the fuck told you to impregnate these women? Who the fuck told you it was okay to impregnate a woman and walk down your responsibility? And now, because I know a lot of men get very upset when a woman put him on child support. What do you think she was going to do? Let me explain something to you men. Just so you know, from here on out, I don't know if you have any kids or if you don't, or you have a lot. But let me tell you, from here on out, always use condoms with women. Always, unless you want a child. From here on out, it would be nice if you only fuck women that you were interested in. And let me tell you something. Men always tell women when they get with a loser, or when a guy walks out on them when they get pregnant, they always say, you pick the thug or you pick the loser. Okay, fellas. And then when a woman say, okay, well, I'm not trying to pick losers, it's just that the men that are in my environment that's approaching me happen to be men who fit that criteria, and that's what's in my environment. So then you men say, okay, get outside your environment, don't date any of those men. We all know human beings like convenience, just like if you're supposed to be eating healthy, but there's restaurants all around, so you succumb to the restaurants, right? Okay, fellas, so since practice what you preach. So you should not be getting a woman pregnant if you're not married to her. You should not even fuck a woman that you don't see yourself marrying. How about that? But you know what you're going to tell me? You're going to say, well, I have needs and I'm just fucking these women because I need my needs met. Okay, no. Hold out until you find a woman that you can see yourself actually being with. Hold out until you find the love of your life. How about you do that? But you're not going to do that. So don't tell women to be strong. I mean, you can tell them that, to tell them to be strong, but don't tell someone to be strong and to resist certain temptations when you are weak. Okay? Because if that's the case, then you should be strong and always use condoms. You should be strong and only fuck a woman that you would think would be good mother material. Because understand, whenever you lay down with a woman, it's a high possibility that she could become pregnant. As long as you're fucking someone, there's a high possibility this could lead to pregnancy. And so you're laying down with hood rest, you're laying down with just anybody with a hole, with a booty, and then this woman, let me tell you something. The woman that carries your child should be an incredible fucking woman. The woman that is going to, because think about it, she's carrying your child, so she needs to be the type of woman who eats healthy, who cares about her body. You know, this woman is going to be probably around, your child's going to be around the mother probably more than you, I'm thinking. So this woman is responsible for rearing your child. This woman is responsible for putting positivity or negativity in your child. This woman's responsible for your child's well-being when you're not around. So you would think that you would pick the best fucking candidate, not just somebody who was pretty and who sucked your dick good. No, the best fucking candidate for the mother of your child. Yet a lot of you men, a lot of you black men, what I know is just pick whomever you're fucking and just don't use condoms. You don't care about who the mother of your child's going to be. And then a lot of black men, I did a video about this, don't want to be married but want kids. Can you explain to me why you want kids but not to be married? Because and you might say, well, yeah, I want offsprings, but I'm not trying to settle down one woman. I can get that part, but don't you understand that damn near having a kid is way big of a commitment in a marriage? I mean, if you get married to a woman that don't work out, you can get a divorce. You can't divorce a child. A child's permanent. And also, men are always complaining about women being gold diggers and getting their pockets. So if you really cared about keeping your money in your pocket, you wouldn't be having all these fucking kids out of wedlock or by different women. Because rest for sure, if you have a bunch of kids by different women and you're not spending any time with these kids and you don't have the money to take care of them, they're going to put you on fucking child support. So if you men really cared about your income and your pockets, the last thing you would be doing is making kids. So none of this fucking makes sense to me, because I always hear men complain about kids are expensive. I'm not ready to have a kid, but yet they have kids. They do things. They take the condom off and ejaculate inside these women, and then have kids, and then say, well, I didn't want kids and they're too expensive. Well, why didn't you protect yourself? Like, this is my thing about this so-called gender war between black men and black women. I'm not on either side, because you got some black men who you can tell been hurt by women, and I can't listen to. They could say some things that make sense about black women, like negative things, but like they're so emotionally invested, they're so hurt that they go all the way to the left, and then they start saying outrageous shit like black women are the worst stewards of children. They say shit like that. This is people, that's somebody who really hates black women, and so you can't listen to what they say. They're not biased. They're too biased. They're too hurt. They have to heal first, then tackle this topic again. And then there's some black women that I can't listen to because they're too far to the fucking right. They can be right about some negative things about black men, but I can't listen to everything they say because you can tell they're so hurt by them that they blame black men for everything. Like they say things like, oh, that's why you're getting shot and killed by the police. Just shit that's just terrible. And they need to heal and then get balanced and then come back and tackle this topic. I feel I'm balanced. I don't hate black men. I don't hate black women. I have issues with both of them in different ways, and I feel, this is my viewpoint on this, that both should take accountability. So this video is for, you black men telling you to take accountability. And I'm gonna have another video for the black women about them taking accountability. It's about us all taking personal accountability for what we do. If black men focus on being the best men he can be, and if black women focus on being the best woman that she can be, then we would be the best mates for other people. It wouldn't be no issues in the black community. I mean, there's still be issues, but it wouldn't be this many fucking issues. Black men are too busy pointing a finger at black women, and black women are too busy pointing a finger at black men. Black men and black women both have faults, and both are equally wrong in this fuck shit. I'm gonna repeat this again. Both black men and black women have faults and are both, I don't know who is, I ain't gonna say equally. Well, yeah, I'm gonna say equally. I mean, I don't know, because you got some cases where the man was taken advantage of and tricked. You got some cases where the woman was taken advantage of and tricked. So I'm going to say it's 50-50. I'm just going to say overall, both are responsible for their own demise and for the demise of the black community. And so this video is to black men. So like I said, I am not a biased woman. So you can't come on this video and say, oh, she was just picking sides. No, this is for the black men, and the next video will be for the black women who choose to keep having kids out of wedlock. I don't agree with women having kids out of wedlock, and black women keep doing this shit. Okay, so I'm gonna get on them later. But to you black men, once again, if you say that you don't have the money to take care of a kid, if you say that your pockets are already thin, why the fuck are you having all these kids? Because rest for sure, if you're not with the woman, spending time with your kids, and you're not giving the woman any money to take care of the kids, what makes you think she's not gonna put you on child support? Rightly so. You left her with all the fucking responsibility. And I asked my boyfriend, I said, actually my ex-boyfriend, I asked him, why, with his brother, I said, why did he keep having these kids that he's not going to take care of? He says because he keeps having them because he says he has no intentions of taking care of them. So for him, having them doesn't mean anything. He said now if he was going to take care of them, then he'd be more cautious. He said, but he has no intentions of taking care of them. So he don't give a fuck. So you men, why don't you care? And why are you complaining about child support? You don't deserve to have anything. If you think it's okay to have kids, and let me tell you something, you're creating a generation of fucked up young men and fucked up young women. This is why a lot of times women grow up and pick the wrong men, because their father wasn't around to teach them what a man is supposed to be, and to vet the guys that's coming in her life. Okay, so you're creating women with low self-esteem and women who grow up to be horrible partners for your fellow black men. And then you're creating black men who are just so young, black men who are so fucked up because they don't have a father. Let me tell you, my boyfriend went over to his sister's house, and she has a friend who had a kid out of wedlock, who went away to school, got pregnant by a loser, and came back. Got her pregnant by a fuck friend, mind you, and came back with a baby. And whenever my boyfriend, whenever we go over there, the little boy just follows him around because he stays with his mother and his grandmother. He has no male interaction other than when he comes over there and see my boyfriend or maybe another guy come over there. And it's really sad how he follows my boyfriend around, or any male that comes over there. He follows. Now he don't follow like little boys around, he follows grown men, and that's because it's so fucking, it almost made me want to cry, because he's around women all the time. He knows, and his instincts are telling him I need to be around male energy, but his fucking father ain't shit. As a matter of fact, let me tell you what his father did. His father actually was a fuck friend with his mother in college, so she dropped out of college, came back, worked fast food, and he basically would come over to her house after the son would be asleep, so he wouldn't have to even see his son. Fuck her. He would ask her for money. Then he would get the money and take it to his girlfriend. Yes, he had a girlfriend. His girlfriend got pregnant. He was going to her doctor's visits. He actually brought this young lady who got pregnant by him in college over to the house and fucked her in his apartment. He shared with his girlfriend. The girlfriend called her over there or whatever, and basically he wouldn't go to none of this girl's doctor's visits. He would only come over to the house when the little boy would sleep. He would ask her for money and give it to his girlfriend, but with his girlfriend he would give her money. He would go to doctor's visits because he liked her. He didn't like the girl he was fuck friends with. We would ask her, why are you fucking him? He has no value. She didn't even have him on child support. And it was like, why are you fucking him? She said, I have needs too. And then fast forward 5 years, she said she hates him and that he couldn't even smell it. So, you know, she feel, you know, he can't even touch her pussy because she said he's so disgusting to her. And I don't know if she has him on child support yet, but a lot of black men are like this, and men in general, but this is about black men. A lot of black men like this. They think it's okay to have kids and not be around, to treat women like shit. That's still your fucking child. If you didn't think that she was good enough to be a girlfriend or wife, don't fuck her. Since you tell black women, why are you picking thugs and losers? Okay, fine, you're legitimate, even though that's all she's around or whatever, but fine. You want her to be strong and to be selective and not go with convenience. Okay, you be strong and not go with convenience. So only fuck women that you can see yourself marrying or having a family with. Because if you're fucking a woman, man, it's always a possibility she's gonna get pregnant. That's what sex leads to, babies. It creates babies. So once again, you're gonna tell black women how to pick a mate. You pick a mate. It ain't about picking a mate. You choose the only, because most men just have sex for sex and don't want to be with the woman. No, only have sex with a woman that you want to be in a relationship with. How about that? Or you can see yourself having a child with a married. How about that? And ask me another question. Why is it okay to have kids that are well? Like, why is it okay for you to have all these kids and then get put on child support and complain about it when you knew what it took to have a fucking kid? And why is it okay for you not to ever want to get married, but you're okay with having a bunch of kids by a bunch of different women? And why is it okay for you to have kids with a woman you don't know who's going to have the most influence on your child? And why is it okay for you to walk on your responsibility and basically create the pieces of shit black men and black women that are roaming the planet for people to date? Why is that okay? Why is it okay for you to walk on your responsibility? Answer me that question. Until then, have a great day.